everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my January 2022 budget. So I am a zero-based budgeter. That's what we're going to be working on today. And I first like to show you my calendar, and then we'll get into the actual budget. So for my calendar, I love my golden coil planner. I use it for my normal life. And what I really like about this planner is you can customize the layouts. So one of the customizations I've made is that I have a second monthly calendar. I've got one here for my personal life and appointments and whatever, and I have a second one just for my money life, my budget and all that. So this is what I have put together. I don't really use too much fancy stuff. I know that there's some beautiful stickers out there, but I just highlight things and that's what works for me. So this is my January spread. Let's go ahead and talk about a few of the items here. Okay, so anything in purple are the bills. So I have things like my mortgage, my HOA, my phone, Excel is my power, Netflix, things of that nature. So that is all on here. The items in yellow, the allowance on Fridays and the grocery on Mondays. These are things that I do. I have this set amount in the account, but this is what I budget per week. Budgeting per week has been a game changer for me. So my old job, I was paid one time a month and it forced me to learn how to make my money last. And now I'm paid twice a month. So I'm paid on the 15th and the last business day of the month. However, I'm a month ahead. So these two checks here are actually what's going to fund February. So the checks that I'm using for January are from December. It just worked out really well for my brain that way. So anyway, this allowance and grocery thing is kind of a carryover from that, but it helps me, $100 in groceries, even though I know groceries are getting more expensive. I only have to make that last 7 days, and that's kind of really helpful for me. Another thing to note here, on the 17th, I do not have to work. It is a holiday. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so I'm off work. And then this week here, I am flying out to Portland. My company is based in Portland, but I work from home. So I'm flying out there for the week. We have some company events and things. So that I do have in my budget though, because even though I have groceries here, I don't have to pay for groceries when I'm gone. So it's really just kind of the weekend, and I might use this week to stock up on stuff. So anyway, that's what I've got going on here. One other note that I want to make over here, I have kind of some note sections. The first one is my Discover credit card is a cashback card, and once a quarter there is a different category that earns 5% cashback instead of 1%. And in the first quarter of the year, it's grocery stores. So I'm going to be using my Discover credit card to pay for all of my groceries in the first quarter, so January, February, and March, because I'm getting 5% cash back. Another thing is I have an annual sinking fund, which we'll talk about in my budget, but the one thing that I have coming out this month is the Sweat app. I pay an annual membership and I love the app. It's a workout app, so I just wanted to note that that will be coming out this month too, and it actually comes out on the 1st. So that's kind of all the special stuff. Let's go ahead and dive into the actual numbers of my budget. All right, so this is the budget. I just do this on a spreadsheet first, but for the videos, I like to write it out. It also makes it feel more official. You do not need anything fancy to budget. You definitely can just use a notebook. Okay, so for my income, what I'm working with is going to be $43.59.52, and this is my salary. So like I said, I'm using my 2 checks from December to pay for everything in January. I like being a month ahead. It offers a little bit of peace of mind. It's like a mini emergency fund. And I'm a zero-based budgeter, and I do budget to the penny. So this will all be allocated in the different categories here. So the first section is the expense section, and the first one I have is my mortgage. My mortgage is $1,011.86. My HOA, I do live in a townhouse, so I have a homeowners association. I've had a really positive experience, so I don't mind. And this number just adjusted for the new year. So now it is $263.15. Insurance also adjusted. So this is 3 different insurances. I have my homeowner's insurance, my car insurance, which is the one that adjusted, and I also have an umbrella policy. So this total now is $172.04. Okay, moving into my utilities. This month, $146.01. if you are new here, how I manage my utilities, because I don't get all my utility bills by the time I'm trying to finalize my budget. I have like a mini sinking fund. So I have $300 set aside. I have all of my water, my electricity, and my natural gas all synced up to this one account. It pulls the money out, and then what I do is at the end of December, because all my bills from December came out, I look at how much came out, so it was $146.01, and that's how much I'm going to put in January to bring it back to the $300 mark. And that way, I'm also kind of like, I already know what came out. It helps me budget. I'm kind of a month ahead on my utilities as well. And it just has really, really helped me be successful, because I feel like the utilities is the section of your budget that really fluctuates quite a bit. So that's how I do that. My phone, $84.21. Subscriptions, $54.74. We have Amazon Prime, Netflix, the Met On Demand, and Spotify. We as in my boyfriend and I. Groceries, I'm going to budget $500 because there are 5 Mondays, and that's typically when I go grocery shopping. But like I said, I'm going to be in Portland for a week, so I don't know. That might be a good opportunity for me to stock up on some things, or like to get some more things in my pantry or my freezer. We'll just have to see what happens there. For gas, I budget $60. I work from home, and I live in a pretty small town where everything, literally if I drove from one end of town to the other, it'd be like 2 miles. So everything's very close for me. I'm very fortunate in that way. I used to spend a lot more on gas when I lived in the city and went to an office every day. Lastly, we have spending. So this is my discretionary spending money for the whole month, $500, and I get that every Friday. This is to eat out. We just went to a movie in December, so I paid for my movie ticket out of this. If I want to get a coffee, really whatever discretionary spending, clothes, comes from this. And that's something that I just really like to have. I like to have the flexibility to do things, and I prefer to just keep it in one lump instead of like an eating out category. And I've done that before, and too many categories just hurts my brain. So this is what works for me. So this total is $2,791.91, which gives me a remaining of $1,567.61. And I do like to color coordinate these, so my expenses are in purple, and the money I have left to allocate in the different categories of my budget is in green here. Moving into funds, these are the different sinking funds. Now, I am not a cash spender. I don't do cash envelopes. And so these kind of are both sinking funds, but they're also like cash envelope categories. So the first one is annual, and I'm going to do $150 this month. Usually it's about $120, but the first 3 months of the year, I have most of my annual expenses come out. So I just like to beef it up a little bit more there. And so for example, the Sweat app will be coming out of my annual fund in January. Miko is my cat. He gets $40 a month to pay for his food, his litter, what have you. And then this, whatever I don't use just builds on itself, and it pays for his annual vet visit. Incidental is my cushion fund, kind of, life happens type of a fund. It's always good to have something like that, even if it's just $50 a month to either add to different categories. Like if some of my bills go up, I can pull from here. I just like knowing I've got $50 set aside to help out wherever I need it. Vacation, I'm going to put $250 towards my vacation fund this year. We had a pretty quiet December, but if you've been following along for a while, in November over Thanksgiving, we were in Germany, and we've had a lot of trips the past kind of second half of last year. So I do want to kind of build this up. I know that we'll have other travel happening yet. I don't know what exactly, but I know that we will be traveling. Beauty gets $50 a month. This pays for like my skincare products, makeup, all that kind of stuff. Car is a new fund for me, and I'm going to put $50. This is really for like car maintenance. If I need wiper blades, if I need an oil change, that kind of a thing. I really didn't have a category like this. I've just been cash flowing it or pulling it from incidental. But I do think that I'm going to need to get tires at the end of 2022. So I figured I could just start saving for that and have something set aside for that now. Even if it's not the full amount and I have to cash flow some, I'd rather have a little bit there. Okay. Gifts, we are going to do $80 for the month. I really don't have a lot of gifts to give until the summertime, June, August, September hit me really hard, and then of course the Christmas season. So I have the first half of the year to start building this back up because I got kind of wiped out from Christmas, but that's okay. Opportunity, I put $20 in. This is kind of like giving or any chance that we get. Like sometimes there's a random raffle in our town, or the high school will be doing a fundraiser, and it's just nice to have a little bit of money set aside where I can say yes and support the local community, however that is. Home gets $50 a month. This is for, cleaning supplies, toilet paper, what have you. And then the last category is my emergency fund. So my biggest goal right now is to fully fund 3 months' worth of expenses in my emergency fund. And because I do this on a spreadsheet first, I already know how much I'll have left over. But if you were doing this kind of on paper yourself, I would skip this category, go down into what you want to put into investing or debt payoff or whatever else you have going on at the bottom of your budget, and then come back up here. But I've already done the math, so I know $702.61 will be going to my emergency fund. Hopefully more if I make more money, or if like my groceries come in under budget. My priority is to shovel any extra money in that emergency fund. So my funds section is going to be a total of $1442.61, which gives me a remaining of $125. So let me just highlight these. All right, so now we've got investing, and I've got 2 accounts that I'm going to be focusing on in the new year. So I have a Betterment taxable account, and then I have my Roth IRA, which is also actually with Betterment, but these are 2 different accounts. So the taxable account, I'm putting $25 a month into just to grow for, literally it's called the future, something big. I don't know what yet, but I just know that I'll be happy one day that I started investing. And then for my Roth IRA, I'm going to put $100. I did not max out my 2021 Roth IRA. So this, even though we're going to be in the 2022 year, I'm going to put towards the 2021 tax year. I don't think I'll still max it out for 2021, but at least I'm getting a little bit of extra benefit there. So this is that $125, which gives me a remaining of $0. Okay, and at the bottom here, I do have a cash flow section. I'm not planning to cash flow anything. Obviously, I already brought my budget down to 0, so I'm just going to put a 0 there. But if anything comes up, I do have a couple of lines to write it in. So the other thing I just wanted to mention is at the bottom, I'm trying to get in the habit of writing what my number 1 priority is. And this has to do with like extra money. So if I get a YouTube paycheck, or I get, I don't know, extra money throughout the month of January, this is where I want it to go to. And right now, this is the primary goal. I have enough kind of remaining that, it's going to take me a few months to max out this emergency fund amount that I'm trying to save. So this is the only priority I have. So this is going to be my January 2022 budget. Check in with me at the beginning of February. I'm going to be going through the actual column. I calculate the percentages. I'm totally geeky that I love all the numbers. So we calculate those together. And shortly at the beginning of January, I'll be doing that for December. And I will also have a 2021 year in review type video where we look at my finances, like, zoomed out for the whole year. So I think that'll be really fun. But that's going to be it for me today. I would love to hear from you down below in the comments section. What is your number 1 priority for the month of January? I think it's important to list them out for the year, but also month by month. So let me know what yours is, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.